Hello everyone, welcome back to Lubelska Dolina for episode 31 in the adventures of Feldkorp. Hello everyone, it's just gone 20 to 1 in the afternoon, day 5 late summer. We are going nuts on the old harvesting contracts. Let's just pop up this and show you what we've been up to. We go. Oh, and we did sneak a fertilising contract in there too, which was lovely. So yeah, let's cash all these out. And we've got a barley harvest going at the moment down in field 103 there. Clara's working the Neva. She is a bit of a diva though, the Neva. Yeah, Clara's working the combine there for that. And we've got another one lined up on field 17. And field 7 as well, and also fertilising on field 10, which is one that we are going to do with the digestate, because we're looking at buying that field, so we want to keep it as organic as possible. And there's also a couple of other harvesting ones that we're looking at grabbing as well. We got field 19 there, and field 26 are going to be some good money, but we're going to keep that in mind for later. So for now, what we are going to do is sell this a little spot of triticale that we have, and as you can see, the money is going up quite nicely there, which is a good thing, because there's something that we want to purchase, and we want to purchase it soon, because today, and I'm just going to head off back to the field to unload from Clara. Yes, what we want to be doing later on today is cutting our cornfield for silage, or for chaff, for making silage, because it is now in the penultimate growth stage, right before harvest, and that is the perfect time to start making some green silage, or some, cutting it while it's green, or whatever the official proper terminology is. So we tried a few things, tested some odds and ends, and this is probably like the third or fourth go round of attempting to make this video. But yeah, basically what we were looking at was getting a sort of rear / side mounted thingamabob to go on one of the tractors. We were also looking at upgrading the tractor. Sadly, the tractor we were looking at decided to not be working correctly, so we couldn't get that in the end. I'm going to have to drive through a tiny smidge of awkward to harvest crop there. Yeah, so the tractor didn't pan out. Then the the forage harvesters I was looking at, they also didn't pan out either. So you know, either the harvesters themselves weren't working correctly, or the there we go. Or the trailers weren't working with the harvesters, or something generally was not working. And so yeah, I was getting a tiny bit sort of concerned and frustrated about it. And then, as luck would have it, in fact we need to get it before the chime changes over, just in case someone else grabs it. In the classifieds, this little beauty came up. The Fortschritt E281-C. Now, it's a bit of an expense, obviously, although it's only 38 grand, which is not as bad as it could be. And it's kind of nice, got a little chrome stripe on it. We could go for the green one. Let's go for the green one. But yeah, so we wanted to get this. Do we want yellow wheels on it? Sure, let's have yellow wheels on it. They match the number. Yeah, kind of, maybe. But yeah, so after all that, this thing came up, and I hadn't even thought about this because I'd figured it was going to be a bit on the spendy side. But it came up on sale, and we're going to get it. And we're going to get it right now, in fact. And the beauty of this is, not only do we still have a fair amount of cash left, the header for it I think is about 14 grand. So we are not going to grab that just yet, because it may well come up in sale in the next couple of hours. But essentially what we are looking at doing is we've got this barley contract to complete as well, and then there's also what is it? What am I trying to say? Oh, we've got rye. Let me show you in here. If we scroll all the way along to the end, we have got ourselves 56,000 litres of rye to sell, and it's selling at 820 euros, and that's pretty impressive at the moment, because the highest value on that, according to Seasons, is let me find rye. I think it was 809, something like that. Yeah, 809 is the high, and we're not even at a high day yet. So I'm thinking now's a good time to sell that stuff. So what we are going to do here is crack on with this harvest. Let me get the truck out of the way so Clara can continue, meet her a bit further up and get some more stuff going. So yeah, we are going to carry on and finish this, then probably hop over to field 7 if we can, if there's time to get that done before it gets too late in the day, so we can get our corn silaging done. And I'm hoping we are going to get a good amount of silage off that, because that would be really, really cool. So yeah, we shall carry on with this, have a quick sort of montagey experience, as it were, and we shall see you again in a little while. Okay, here we are back finally. We got that rye contract harvested up, and we are now going to drop it all. And I'm not going to press that button because that's the wrong one. Yes, we're just down to dump all that rye now, and see about just finishing off that contract, because we are, yep, 86%. While we were, oh yeah, there we go, we got that one we can clear out as well now. And we've also got field 10 fertilised. While we were doing the harvesting, Yannick and Alexander were figuring out the digestate situation and getting that field 10 sorted for us. So that's cool, so we can cash both of those in. And yep, now we just need to do the rest of this. So we've got a bit of contract income, and we should get, see how much we get off of this. I'm hoping we're going to end up with, in total, yeah, we should have about 60,000 litres of rye in total. Let's have a look here. Oh no, other way. There we go. Yep, so we've got 56,000 change in storage and 4,000 and change in the thing with us. And this place, the Lublin, I think that's grain elevator, is the best place to sell it. And like we said before, this is the better place, or the better of the prices. So what we are going to do now is head back up to the farm and start selling this stuff, because it is cool. Excuse me while I drive into those girders. Apparently outside view is not as good as it seems sometimes. But yeah, we're going to run up and get 2 loads of that stuff down here and sold, and then finally we're going to start doing our a little bit of silage, corn silaging, because it should still be in its green state, and then we'll see where we stand, because one of the other plans that we've got is to potentially upgrade the harvester. Now there's one that I've been looking at, and depending on how much we get from the rye, and oh, that reminds me, we also have things to put in the silage in the BGA. Those silage bales are ready as well. So depending on how much we can get from the rye, and how much silage, or chaff rather, we get off of that cornfield as sort of potential income, and the same with what we can get from the silage bales, we may well be looking at getting a new harvester, or at least a restored harvester. So it's kind of like new, but it's an older model. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get towards it. But there's that little thing there. It should hopefully be quite good. You know, it's a bigger tank, a better horsepower, and it's still an older harvester though. So it's sort of a lateral upgrade in a way, I suppose you could say. It's one of those things where because it's an older one, it's still fairly slow, but it's got a good amount of horsepower and a pretty decent what do you call it? Yeah, pretty decent amount of horsepower and a good sized tank, even though it's still fairly slow and sort of fairly ponderous and sort of generally. I'm stuck on something there. What am I stuck on? Oh, I'm stuck on the door. Okay, let us press all the wrong buttons. There we go, let's back out slightly and lock that axle. Hopefully that'll mean we can just drag it around, maybe, if I can avoid hitting the silo pipe. There we go, okay. Oops, no, go forward that way. There we go, and we do need to fill up as well. So we want, where are we? Rye. Lovely. So yeah, we've got the first of the 2 loads of rye. Now I'm hoping this is going to get us somewhere in the order of 50 grand, give or take, because it's one of those things. It's not quite 1,000 per 1,000, and we've got not quite 60 grand. So I'm hoping we're going to get about 52 grand out of this. So we shall see. I shall see you down at the grain elevator shortly. Alright, here we are down at the grain elevator, and it's a little bit loud, but we are tipping both containers in there, so we'll see how much we get for this first one. and the first trailer load is 25 grand and change. Now the second one's going to be slightly less than this, so maybe we're looking at about 48, 49 grand. But still, oh, that does remind me, we have that contract we can claim out as well. Where is it? Yep, the harvest on field 7. So let's collect that one. That leaves us with 17 and potentially 19 and 26. And the reason we're not getting those just yet is I'm really hoping that we'll have enough to potentially get that harvester upgrade. So back to the farm we go for round 2. Alright, here we are back again at the sell point here at the old grain elevator. And I just need to go forwards a tiny bit more. There we go. Get that one tipping and get that one tipping. And let's watch that money roll in. Hopefully we'll get at least another 20 grand out of this load. We're down about 5,000 litres from what we had the previous time, but hopefully it's going to be enough. There we go. Lovely. And we got another 21 grand, so that's, what, 46? Yeah, 46 and a bit from just our load, and a little bit more for the contract and stuff too. So now it's time to go get our harvest on, so to speak. So yeah, we are going to. We've still got to purchase a header for that fork strip, but I suspect by the time we get back up there, we'll have more classified update to look at potentially. So we'll take a quick peek at those once we get back up to the store. We're just going to drop the truck off at the farm again and run down quick. And Alexander has finished seeding the first field with canola. He'll probably be starting on the second one in a little bit. We're kind of debating on what to put on, because obviously we're going to need to crash into the curb, because that's what everyone needs. Excuse me, Mr. Pedestrian. And yeah, obviously we're going to need to start getting a rotation in for the organic pig food. So I am conscious of that, but what we may, because obviously we'll have enough to last us at least a year, because we're not planning on getting a ton of pigs at the beginning, because they should start breeding fairly well. But we do want to get something going on, so I'm thinking if we have two canola going here, and potentially another corn in the field that we've got at the moment. I'm just going to zoom past all of these. Yeah, that field on the right there that we've got that's corn. We may leave that fallow for the rest of this season after we've chaffed it, and then we can hit the curb again. Goodness, these curbs around here are quite violent, aren't they? Well, we shall sort that out and then get into the shop. Okay, sometimes the best way to go is forwards. I am not having much success driving this lorry, am I? Well, could be worse. So yes, let's see where we're going to park this one. We usually park it up there next to the shed. So let's get up, swing around here, block the axle on that trailer, and not block the axle on the trailer because I pressed the wrong button. Okay, that should have blocked the axle on the trailer. That has. Lovely. Oh dear. I am not good at reversing. Anyway, I shall see you all down at the shop in a minute. Alright, here we are. And here's our lovely new silage chopper. Well, it will be our silage chopper once we buy the tip for it, so to speak. So, oh, and that's our little potato harvester that we need to clear up as well. So we'll have to get that eventually. Let's check the things here, just to make sure there's nothing else we need. There's a slurry digestate spreader. That's nice. Okay, nothing in there, and obviously we're still on the lookout for a new tractor. And I don't think this was the Zeta I was potentially thinking of. Yeah, no, it wasn't this one. I think it was the Proxima. But yeah, there was a potential Zetor tractor on the horizon if we can find it at a decent price to replace the. I mean, even this one might not be awful. Yeah, we shall have a ponder about that. It really depends on the wheels. If it's got narrows that function, it's not bad. What's the price for it? 34 grand. And obviously we'd want the front loader on it as well. And the most horsepower we can get. Yeah, does this one come with a front thing? It does have a front hydraulic, which is stupidly expensive, and you can't have the front loader on it. 35 grand. I think we'll pass on that one. But it's a potential. So what we are going to need is forage headers. We are going to need this little choppy bad boy. Get the matching colour there. Purchase that. Lovely. Now that one we won't have to repair at least, so that's nice. So let's get in this. Oh boy, yeah, this one needs a lot of repair and some fuel. So let's see about getting that done. Going to let me attach the header, not at that angle. There we go. Have to get out and make sure the PTOs are hooked up. And the cables too. Lovely. And we can reverse it back here to get it repaired. Yeah, this was a well-used little chopper by the look of it. Repair 500 euros. We're not going to repaint it today. But fortunately we do have some fuel up there as well, so we shall make sure we get in the correct side and drive up here and pick up the diesel or petrol or whatever this thing uses. Lovely. Oops. Okay, now we do have a trailer for this as well, which is back up at the farm. It's been lurking around the corner, generally not getting used or seen. So let's go and get that. And then we can finally get today's main job underway. It's only taken, what, the majority of this video to get to the actual job we're going to do. That figures, that does. But that's okay. Okay, so our trailer should be down here. Let me just do this. At least we've got a good view out the back. Okay. Run around, get this connected. Oh dear, okay, I may have to pull that out quick. Okay, there we go. No cables to attach this time. Let us get run into a tree. I am driving like a maniac today, and not in a good way. Okay, yeah, this is an old, potentially Russell mesh trailer. I'm not exactly sure. It's a something mesh, I think. But it is certainly a fitting trailer for this this little machine. It kind of matches quite well with it, and we shall see how well it does on our field. Now, it's only a little field, so I'm not expecting to get too much out of it. But if I remember correctly, when we did this as grass, we got around about 3 loads from it, I think, which was 3 loads of 14,000, which would have been, what, 14, 28, 42? No, I don't think we had that much. I've just turned the engine off. Could I press any more of the incorrect buttons at this point? There we go. And we are off. Okay. Right, spraying in there nicely. Yeah, after all the trouble I had trying to find things that would spray into trailers that weren't stupidly expensive, or machinery that wasn't stupidly expensive for a small job, I'm so glad this ended up coming up on the classifieds when it did. We're not going to get up there, are we? We may have to just go under the tree. Hope the trailer will fit. There we go, lovely. No. Come on. There we go. That works. Yeah, finally we get to silage our, chop our field. Beautiful. Now, I have no idea how much we're going to get for this. So, let's do a bit of a spin around here so we can sort of make some effort to get a headland done. Probably need a couple of headlands, I think, before we can start going up and down with this. It's a very odd position to be sat in. Not many, I mean, I say odd. It's not odd in that sense. There's just not a great deal of machinery these days that has that very far to the side seating position. I don't think, at least not chopper-wise. I don't really know enough of that farm machinery. I'm just guessing. And I'm getting stuck on a thing too. Not back up. Oh dear, this is going so horribly wrong. Ah, there we go. Lovely. Well, we are already up to 8,000 litres. That's not bad. That potentially means we are going to get a lot for this field. And if we can fill this entire trailer, that would be fantastic, because this is a 40-something thousand litre trailer. Now that's going to be awesome. I mean, really, as much as we can get into this would be perfect. We shall see how it goes. And I think perhaps another montage is in order. A little bit of a musical interlude as we go up and down and around the field. Assuming we can actually get around the field. Come on. You know you want to. There we go. Yeah, this little corner is particularly awkward. I think we might have run over a little bit with the trailer there, but that's okay. We will survive. Like I say, as much as we seem to be getting off of this, a little bit lost here and there should be not a problem. Anyway, cue the music. Isn't that a turn up for the books? As you can probably tell, we're not in the Fortune anymore. That's because we filled up that trailer. And we barely made it halfway through the field, which is amazing. I cannot believe we got that much off of a fairly small amount. let's hop up onto the top and have a look quick. Yeah, I mean, we got maybe half the field done. That's pretty impressive. So, what we are going to have to do is run this down to the biogas plant. We're just going to run through this field quick since it's pre-cultivated and not ours, and there's no crop in it, so I'm sure the farmer won't mind. Of course, I'm hoping this tractor can now pull this all the way up the hill here. It's having a bit of an issue. I suspect some front weight might be helpful. But we're getting there. We are getting there. But yeah, how's about that then? 44,200 litres of chaff. Yeah, I should have gone the other way on the main road, I think. Or possibly put a front weight on this thing instead of a rear weight, but well. Still, that is an impressive amount of chaff off of half a tiny field. And I think we are going to get at least that much again, which is going to be outstanding. So, we shall get this down to the silage pit, down by the biogas plant, and they're going to be well happy with us, that's for sure. And obviously we bought this tractor down too, so we can get some of those bales dropped in quick as well, because we'll get another payout from them at midnight, and that will be very, very handy for us. And then it's going to be back to the field for a bit more chaffing. So let's see. Okay, we got the first load of chaff unloaded into the silage pit there. And it's a lovely 44,000 and change. That is perfect. And we're just going to unhitch that for a minute and see about getting some of these bales loaded into the biogas thingy since we're here. Don't crash into them, that'd be rude. Now we're going to see if we can get a cheeky 4 bale in to begin with. Don't come off, or do. Okay, not quite sure what's going on there. That is a very peculiar bale, that one. It's having a bit of an issue. I suspect I may have tried to stab them too far up. Oh, go, come on, get them in. There we go. Fling them in at the top in a random fashion. Lovely. Okay, next lot. Now we may have to get that one out of the way as well. So, where did it land? Oh, it landed right in front. That's handy. Okay, so we shall skewer that. Then pop in here. Drop it on the top. And then get these bottom two. Lovely. If we have a look at that from the outside, yeah, oh God, they do not want to stay on too well, do they? Oh, they do now. Okay. Well, fingers crossed they won't come off between here and the thing. Or we may have to flicker them in again like we just did. They are... Why are they doing that? There is something very, very peculiar going on with the bale physics here. I mean, I know that wasn't exactly a brilliant way to stab them, but still. Yeah. And yet this somehow seems to work. Maybe I need to look at getting a better bale fork. That might be something on the cards, perhaps. A proper bale fork, because this technically is a manure fork, not a bale spike, so yes. Well, we'll get the rest of these loaded and then head back up to the farm, or to the field rather, and continue on with our lovely silaging. chopping straw, not straw. What's that stuff called? Corn silaging. That stuff. Yes. See how. Yeah, try and get that level, perhaps. Zoom in just a bit. Stab that. Okay. No, what? That is just odd. Oh no. Well, that's gone well, and it's just I don't understand at all with that. It's done the same. It's like it's got some sort of weird magnetism thing on it, but you know, sod it. You can just stay there. So yes, we'll get the rest of these done and then back up to the field for some more chaffing corn. Well, there you have it, folks. We've got the entire field done now, and we didn't quite make another full trailer load, but we got another 40,000 off it, so we've got probably just over 85,000 litres of chaff off of this one field. That's pretty impressive. I am not displeased with that. So we're going to run this back down to the biogas plant with the tractor over there in a minute here, get the rest of those bales thrown into the thing, and see where we go from there. And we should get a nice payout overnight, hopefully, and see what tomorrow brings. Yeah, we'll repurpose this field, get it set, probably throw some grass seed in it until early next year when we can put some more corn in, because if we can just keep this as a silage field, corn silage field, that would be pretty impressive. But I'm overall happy with that. It's been a long day. We made some money. We got some silage in potentia. We'll get that bunkered down probably. Depending on how the grass looks, we may cut some more grass and throw in there if our field's doing okay. I haven't checked that in a bit, but otherwise, I think we are good for the day. So, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then yeah, please give us a like and hit that subscribe button too if you haven't already. Ring the little bell so you get the notifications when we do get a video put up there. And comments are always welcomed. And if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And above all else, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all next time. Cheerio.